Welcome to my presentation on my personal leadership theory for the Southeastern University class Framework Leadership. My name is Matt Stevens, and we're going to dive right on in. The first theory that we're going to be looking at is servant leadership. Servant leadership, as Rome points out, crosses over so many different cultures, so many different religious and ethnic backgrounds across time, dating back to East Asia when they were studying Confucius, in ancient Roman times, in the Middle East, all throughout Israel. You had the judges and the prophets serving the people of Israel. You had Jesus Christ himself coming and washing those disciples' feet. The God incarnate Messiah washing the feet of dirty fishermen who had been walking in sandals down dirt roads all day. That's the kind of servant leadership that Christ presented. He was a servant leader in that aspect, and servant leadership expounds upon that through Robert Greenleaf's treatise on servant leadership, where he operationalizes that theory into the leader serves the followers, doing things that are good for the followers. If there's a mess, the leader is going to go clean it up. They're not going to ask someone to do something that they wouldn't themselves do. The leader's purpose is to serve their followers so that they all get to the goal together. Last spring, I was introduced to authentic leadership, and I kind of adapted that into my own personal leadership style. Authentic leadership is where the leader is a real person. They're a football fan on the weekends. They're, for me personally, I love tinkering on my car, making modifications and stuff. I enjoy the intellectual aspect of an MBA class, but I also love humor and puns and, kicking back and having a good old time. The authentic leader is a multifaceted individual who brings all of those different aspects to the table as they lead. They're real with their followers. Their followers are able to really relate and connect to them in a way unlike, that lofty leader who they're like, hey, my paycheck didn't come in the mail. And it's not transactional. It's more transformational. They're getting to know each other. They're building that relationship and growing together. So my personal style up to the start of this class was authentic servant leadership. I enjoyed being authentic with my followers and coworkers and the people below me. I enjoyed serving as, first a Christian, modeling my life after Christ, but also just being able to, help others succeed in a way that made the team succeed. In this course, I was introduced to team leadership, where it's much like a soccer game. The team goes out there, all 11 players going to move the ball down the field, get that cross in front of the goal where the striker can head the ball into the net and get a goal. And once they get multiple goals, they're set up to obtain their objective, which is to win the game. Team leadership positions the entire team to go after a common objective, and they achieve that objective through smaller goals along the way. So my kind of all-embodied Matt Stevens leadership style would be team-oriented, authentic servant leadership. And I'm excited to put this into practice as I do work in a retail environment. We have a lot of new associates who have been recently hired, and we're still in the training process, getting them geared up for the holiday season. I'm just excited to be able to be that authentic leader, be that servant leader, but add team leadership to the mix. I can take a group of new associates, put them on a project, be like, hey, we're going to take apart this one display. We're going to put up 2 new ones in its place. It's going to look like this, and we're all going to be hands-on together, working as a team, rather than doing, I'm working with Susie today, Johnny tomorrow, and Bobby the next day. We're all going to pile in. We're all going to hit those smaller goals along the way to get that objective of the store looking holiday ready once Black Friday drops. That is my take on my personal leadership style. This is Matt Stevens for Framework Leadership, Southeastern University, fall 2020.